Oh, and Gerrard has slipped, and Demba Ba is through here for Chelsea. It's Ba, he scores in front of the Kop. Catastrophe for the Liverpool skipper. Your heart weeps for him. If that costs Liverpool the title, well, you shudder.
Gale, it's 3-2. My. Murray, chance here. Gale, 3-3. And Dwight Gale may just have blown Liverpool right out of the title picture. Gone is the Maverick Suarez, replaced by a man who can be magical, yet who can also be mad.
I do believe I can help push this club forward as well.
3-0! Sensational! Di Maria. Mata! Oh, yes!
Steven Gerrard has confirmed his Liverpool departure.
I'm absolutely devastated. I'm never going to play in front of these supporters again.
I will be here as long as I'm asked to be here.
Brendan Rodgers is sacked after 3 trophyless years at Anfield.
And the search to find his replacement has already begun.
Good morning.
Yeah, the biggest honor I can imagine to be here. For me, one of the biggest clubs in the world, and gave me this opportunity to, yes, try to help in a situation that's not so difficult, like all the people in this room feel, I think.
This is Anfield, the home of the European champions, the home of Liverpool, who became last year reluctantly the greatest runners-up English football has ever known. Stand by then for the sequel to an epic. Origi. Away from Aaron's, oh, it's got a nasty touch and it's flown in off. Poor Grant Hanley.
We're very hungry and we're going to challenge every team and try and win every game possible and hopefully win something in the end of the year.
Firmino, Salah, 2-0. He's off his mark again.
You don't need to put too much pressure on yourself, I think. There will always be pressure, no matter what, in any club. But you know, the only thing you can do and you have influence on is what you do on the pitch, your own performances.
Alexander-Arnold, Origi 4! And Liverpool continue to pull clear. Liverpool cruise off the blocks as Norwich crash straight into reality. But they have faced the winners of the Champions League, and don't they just know it?
Colin, looking forward to this, I have to say. Obviously a huge test for Southampton. Milner, Mane.
He's just doing incredible work, incredible job for this team, for the club.
That's given away to Mane, and here's Firmino. And still, and that's 2-0! And what a huge victory for Liverpool, a demonstration of real character and tenacity here.
When we went to the airport at Dortmund, then it was already kind of busy with more journalists than anything else, and then it was still a rumor. Then when I left, obviously, and the guys in Dortmund at the private aviation, they saw me flying to Liverpool. Ah, done.
Tell us what has attracted you to this challenge. How does it feel?
This was exactly what I wanted, a new challenge for myself. The good thing was I came in and it was the international break. First few days were quite relaxed, and then they came back from international duty, and then the big challenge was to prepare them pretty much in 2 days for the Tottenham game with, I would say, new ideas, and then going there and have 2 days time to prepare a team is not too cruel, but yeah, we got a point and told them that was okay.
Spurs managed to stop Klopp, though they couldn't quite top Klopp. That'll do for now.
Nobody was happy with the team in that time. The only person who was happy with the team was me. I thought, that's a good team. And all the others said, no, we are not good here, we are not good there. And then I came in and was completely enthusiastic about the potential of the team. I knew I have Bobby Firmino. I had 5 strikers that time. And so there were so many options. It was really nice for me to have that. And of course, my enthusiasm about their quality, of course, it gave them a little lift. The only criticism, which is really important for the players, is mine. So whatever anybody thinks is really not important, but we had to develop. And they were really young. Key players of today were these times really young. So John Henderson was skipper, and I think he was 23 or so, and took the armband of Steven Gerrard. That's the heaviest armband in world football.
Manchester City against Liverpool, 2 historically rivalrous cities, 2 grippingly ambitious clubs, led by 2 fascinatingly contrasting coaches and stellar players on either side.
This Manchester City game is a very good example because it was outstanding. It was the best game. The only problem is a little bit that the only team who tried to play football against, because my teams are pretty well organized, so and then most of the teams shoot the ball over your head, and that's another challenge then. But that was a nice game for the boys to realize how good it can work. So we needed games like this.
Firmino, 3! This is astonishing. He has lashed it home, and Liverpool have won it in style. That's how good Liverpool can now be. Jurgen Klopp has made his mark.
This is Anfield, fortress Anfield, where more than 40 have tried and failed to beat Liverpool in the league over the last couple of years or so. Away swinger from Alexander-Arnold is headed in by Joel Matip. Finally, tangible reward for Liverpool's dominance and pressure.
3-4 years ago, I was like questioning myself all the time, mental, if I'm preparing everything or not, and also practicing all the time for shooting, finishing. So there's a lot of things I think it's improved and a lot of practice behind it.
Salah getting the better of David Luiz. Plenty of room between him and goal, but he still finds that bottom corner with aplomb. New season, same result.
Sadio Mane, the challenge from Christensen, and it is the Dane who's penalised.
Me and Dormo were just speaking about what we could do. I think from that range it's a bit too close to try and just get it over the wall and back down. It's almost impossible. We came up with the plan to roll it, and by doing that you get the bodies moving and charging out to the ball, and then it impacts the keeper's view even more. He can't see anything, and then it's just about placement and power.
Oh, brilliant! Just glorious execution! It's a beautiful, beautiful Liverpool goal.
That was a good finish, to be fair.
Robertson plays it in, Firmino! And in a flash, Liverpool are 2 to the good. And Chelsea are beaten by Liverpool's ongoing perfection.
the return of Brendan Rodgers and a mouth-watering match between Liverpool and Leicester in the Premier League. Rodgers would dearly love to be the one to end Liverpool's winning streak. It's out of Evans' reach, and guess who's through? It's Sadio Mane! And you know what happens next. Perez took it well, Perez, and through to Maddison! And Leicester have got their equaliser!
The most important thing in life, not only in football, but in life, is to be patient, to be strong enough to stay together in a situation like this, or maybe to come closer together as with the team. That's the big chance for everybody in days like this.
Sadio Mane goes to ground, and the penalty is given. An extraordinary end to the game.
The Leicester players cannot believe it.
This is one big kick for James Milner. He's done it. He's won it! Liverpool seem to have all the answers at the moment!
I think it'd be good to take a bit of pressure off ourselves and maybe not leave it so late in a lot of games, but I'd show it as a good sign of character and finding a way to win.
Jurgen Klopp to Liverpool have edged it again, and they are going to take some stopping. A late show, but late will do when you're looking for your first title for 30 years.
Mainz was a small club in the second division. Jurgen Klopp was known by a few of the fans, but he wasn't exactly a household name in that sense. But he was tall, and he was fast, and people thought he would score goals. He was also a nice guy.
Jürgen was a striker at the beginning of his career, and he was a striker as well when I arrived, so I was planned in the manager's head as his backup at the beginning, and in my first season I was his backup, and a few months later the manager decided that Jürgen should play as a defender, and Jürgen accepted it, and credit to the manager that he has the bravery to try something new with him, and credit to Jürgen as well. He followed the advice and he took his chance.
It worked out pretty well, especially because 2 years later Klopp changed his position to right back, and so they both avoided each other on the pitch. They were both pretty dynamic, with a lot of power and energy. Maybe Klopp had a little bit more, just like the way we see him now, standing on the sidelines, showing his teeth.
We spent it more or less every single second apart from our family life together, very tight in the dressing room, as roomies as well. So we always made together the warm-up like friends live their relationship in the professional football environment.
We want to run, be better at tactics, show more passion on the pitch than the opponents. We want to offer the people a spectacle, to play football the way they like to see football being played.
Mainz in this time, when was it, 2005? I was already 4 years manager of the club. The year before we promoted to the first league, so I was kind of famous.
There is a real passion here. This is the football the fans want to see, and we have that on offer every 2 weeks.
It was actually pretty clear that he would leave sooner or later and go to a big club, to a club that needs and expresses a lot of emotions. That's why I think that Borussia Dortmund was the better choice compared to Bayern Munich, for example. Because Dortmund, on a fundamental level, was more like what Klopp had experienced here.
I left Mainz and I went to Schalke. And this meant immediately that our friendship should continue, but on another level, because we will not be any longer together day in, day out. And this was something what was nice to feel, even if I if I thought this was the right step for me in my personal professional career.
Just 8 games in, and the Liver Bird floats into Old Trafford 15 points ahead of its host.
There is a rivalry, of course, and I enjoy those kind of games where they try to boo you and whistle you and, you know, trying to get you off your game.
Lindelof at the back of Origi. No foul given, and James is going the other way. James towards Rashford! There's nothing Old Trafford loves more than that! Liverpool have words about the challenge on Origi. That may be checked. Check complete. Goal. Here is Mane. He's got away from Lindelof and he scored. And now Manchester United are in protest mode. That has clearly struck him on the hand, and it can't be a goal. Nor is it.
There is always pressure. There's always so much pressure at Liverpool, and that's something we all know, we all enjoy, and it should drive us on to just keep doing even more than we're already doing.
Firmino, Lallana! Liverpool embrace salvation at Old Trafford. A moment of huge personal uplift for Adam Lallana, and of great collective relief for his club. And so, reluctantly, these two enemies must shake on it. Perfection has at last been lost, and the winning run is stopped at 17.
So it's over to you, Villa. Your turn to try and halt Liverpool's phenomenal 27-match unbeaten run in the Premier League.
We all struggled this day. It was not our best game. We knew that it's always a tough place to go and to play, so it was not a surprise for sure. After 1-0 down, we never give up. We just push as a team.
Tom Heaton, terrific to keep out Mane. What a delightful cross! And Andy Robertson arrives to meet it! And Liverpool are level!
We try, and we try again. And finally, lucky ball and a score.
Alexander-Arnold takes, oh, it's gone in! Sadio Mane! And this is why they are looking like champions!
It was just amazing for me and my teammate as well, for the old fans. But end of the day, the 3-point was more important for us.
We've won ugly, we've beat teams 3-4-0 and more comfortably, so it shows how versatile we are in terms of winning games.
And it's days like this that make you think it is really going to happen. It finishes at Anfield. Liverpool 2, West Brom 2.
What I did after the West Brom game, and I wanted to say thank you to the supporters after that game and took my team there. It was a big misunderstanding. So how the discussion about that was for me like, why we discuss that? But I had to learn that obviously English people are not used to that. And even if you celebrate, you don't do it like this. I wanted to show it's really that we are one unit. But that means I know I'm responsible for the performance, but the people are responsible for the atmosphere. So it should be a win-win. Means we play well, then it's easy. We play not that well, come on, get on your feet. And being in this moment a Liverpool supporter or employee is fantastic. It just feels great. And that's really
with all the problems around, which we cannot ignore and should not ignore, when we are really focused on football in these moments, then we can have a really good time. Here, the enthusiasm of all people, the involvement of all people, the feeling of all people is brilliant. So we have to keep that, and it's cool. That's exactly how it should be, because football, there are more important things out there in the world than football. But when you go to a football game, there's nothing more important, because you decided already, I forget all the other things, I go there in the stadium, I want to have the best 95 minutes of the week, of the month, of my life, whatever.
Lallana tiptoeing through, Adam Lallana, Firmino! Liverpool are streaking away!
I really wanted from the first day that the people know about their importance. That's always, that I think in football people always say it, so the guys in the club always say supporters are important, but then you don't treat them like that. So you have to make sure that it's really a healthy relationship. Yeah, we know without them we wouldn't play it on that level, no chance.
The champions of Europe against the champions of our land. Truly, this is a gift of a game. 6 points between them. Tonight, 6 could be 3, could be 9. This is the day which may define the nature of the race.
They were 1 point too strong for us last season, and this season we know that we need to make up that 1 point somehow, and being that 1 point better or 2 points better.
As the ball was coming towards me, I knew I had to control it and shoot. A lot of the time when I get the ball in that position, I'm already thinking about the pass. But I didn't know if any teammates were free. I was already thinking about the shot. Luckily, it went well.
What a hit! Oh, what a hit!
The touch was good. It wasn't perfect, it was a bit on top of me, but the finish was good.
That's a cracking ball. What a super ball from Alexander-Arnold for Robertson. Shapes in towards Mo Salah! Liverpool off to a flyer!
The way we played against them, it's not a way that all the teams in the Premier League want to play against them, because they have so much quality. A lot of teams basically show them respect and drop deep and everything, but we're just trying to press them and trying to make it as difficult as possible for them to play football, and it worked at the game very well.
Oh, it's delicious cross, Mane! Liverpool are pulling away! Who catches Liverpool now? Still 6 weeks till Christmas, 26 games each to play, but 30 years on, right here, right now, it feels like Liverpool's to lose.
Robertson towards Firmino, it'll come for Mane! And Guaita does his best to keep it out, but it's Sadio Mane against Crystal Palace again. Steps his way through, Townsend for Zaha, lets it roll and lets fly! Lift off at Selhurst Park. Liverpool corner. Oh, Van Dijk's touch. They keep it out, but Firmino's there! Liverpool wrestle back their lead.
If I'm looking at our team and what we have right now, we have a fantastic squad, and we can go all the way with the squad.
Anfield thunderous. How each aches to make this night their own. Origi through the middle. Mane looks to find him. Origi's in. Origi scores.
You know, Alisson was suspended. Mo and Bobby were rested, but it also showed how strong our team was.
Sadio Mane, Shaqiri too.
Everything worked well, and you know, if you can score that many goals in a derby, it's a good thing.
That's a Super Bowl. What a touch! What a finish! What a magnificent goal from Divock Origi.
Of course, we want to win the league. I think everyone in the Premier League wants to win the league, especially if you have the chance to win the league. So we just look at game by game, and we train hard, prepare ourselves good for every game. And at the end of the season, we will see how far we come.
The hunting horn, that traditional signal that the chase is on. Herrera's header away, the cue for Leicester to push out. They can't get too far out before he comes back in again. It's a brilliant header.
He's the connector for our team. He's so important for us. He's not the only one who can play the position, but he can play the position in a very special way.
It's incredible to hear this from such an amazing coach. I'm really happy to be here working with him. To hear something like that, it motivates us to do our best each day, to run more in games, to win games, and to work to get positive results so that we make him happy.
Alexander-Arnold, brilliantly hit. He has had a wonderful night and thoroughly deserves that goal. Liverpool tearing Leicester apart. Champions of Europe, champions of the world, and now another big step towards being crowned champions of England. But it doesn't count. An immediate inquest from the Liverpool players who are asking Anthony Taylor what he saw.
I mean, that looked as if it's caught him on the shoulder and not necessarily the top of the arm.
Sadio Mane's goal stands. Coutinho with another opportunity. Intelligently worked for Johnny, who'll get to the byline. What a chance! 1-1. But was Johnny offside? This could well be cancelled out. It doesn't count. And Liverpool's lead remains intact. Liverpool 13 points clear. Unbeaten here at Anfield in 50 league games. Fine margins today, but not at the top of the league.
Liverpool always aspire to the Champions League. It is their natural historical habitat.
It's all about finishing the top four for them now, and there's real competition for that.
Liverpool uplift, prompt and precious for Jurgen Klopp.
It's coming into range, Steve Cook. And it's Ake!
Oh my goodness.
They have downed Liverpool, coming from 3-1 behind to win it in the 93rd minute.
Not being consistent is really not nice to talk about, because if somebody can say this about you, because that means you're capable of big things. You can do really big things, but not every day, obviously. And that's the thing we need to accept and to work on it.
Liverpool do get themselves up for the big games against Chelsea, Arsenal, Man City, Man United. They have no problem motivating themselves, and they also have no problem reaching the levels of energy and intensity that Klopp demands for those games.
It's a smashing pass, terrific header, first threat, first goal, a red goal.
Against the top six, they've got the best record of any of the clubs against the rest of the top six. So I think sometimes maybe when they go in against lesser teams, there may be a kind of subconscious feeling that we're going to win this. You know, we've got the capability to do it. but they don't perhaps reach the standards of energy and intensity that they do in those sort of high pressure games where they've done so well.
Here's Mane, and that's another great goal.
I'm very, very positive about the whole thing, and I'm in close talks with our ownership, and I know we need to deliver, we need to show development, and we will, no doubt.
You know, there is an expectation now because people have seen what his teams can achieve against the big teams, and now for him it's the consistency part of it, knitting it all together and making sure that perhaps over a run of 38 league games that they can deliver that intensity.
We cannot step aside and say, give us a few weeks and then we come back. So that we know that we have pressure, of course, but at the end it's a long-term project.
I think it would be bordering on a bit of a disastrous season if Liverpool don't manage to box off the Champions League place.
The whole thing is and was always a project with a real target. Be as successful as possible, as quick as possible, and yeah, we are still on this way with a few very nice experiences and a few not that nice experiences. We have to deliver, we have to show a reaction, and hopefully we can.
Matip, strong enough to get the better of Gested. Liverpool have the advantage. Wijnaldum, Klein. Wijnaldum taking it on, he's got Sturridge in the middle, he hasn't needed it. Genie Wijnaldum scores the goal that could be priceless. Klein leaves it, Lallana, it is 3-0 now. There's no looking back from here. Job done.
And so, again, the day our league sees red. The resumption of this rivalry for the ages, as relevant, as raw, as real as it has ever been, and as so often in its storied past, there is a title on the line. Alexander-Arnold, Van Dijk! Demanded that he should score for Liverpool. And they reach out for it once more. Closer yet and closer. A goal against the enemy. And Alisson saw Salah running from his own half. So onside here, Mo Salah. Salah to settle it. In front of the Kop. There's no feeling like that feeling.
No, I've never seen Alisson run like that. He ran past all the players and did a great knee slide. He even said afterwards that he was knackered from the sprint. It was a really cool moment.
Oxlade-Chamberlain and Robertson. Firmino. Oxlade-Chamberlain looking to get in a position to shoot. This has been a challenge for them, yet this season they always seem to have an answer in their relentless pursuit of a long-awaited title.
I remember chasing the keeper down, so that's when I started running back. But then straight away I'd seen that we'd won the challenge, and I think it was Trent that made a great ball to Bobby. And then I sort of switched back on to the offensive side and found myself in a good position, and Bobby done unreal to find us, and thankfully I managed to hit the target and win in.
The procession to the title continues.
We put ourselves in a situation that every team really wants to win against us. Everyone wants to win against Liverpool this season.
McLean for Rupp. Alisson got a palm on it. Cantwell. Tete to shoot. Tete does shoot and he hits the outside of the post. End up at Mane, Zimmerman lost it. And Mane slammed it in! Liverpool taken to the edge. But Liverpool won, because Liverpool, these days, always win.
We've shown that over last year as well, and obviously this season as well, a couple of times that we just had to, dig deep.
Noble, Rice. Fornals! West Ham lead at Anfield! Never mind that, Liverpool trail at Anfield. Salah went through Fabianski, and it's 2-2. Gomez, whose shot could just land here for Alexander-Arnold, touched in by Mane, and Liverpool lead 3-2. Sheer force of will. And Liverpool are a dozen points from paradise. A memorable night when truly they were tested. So it's Watford's turn. Everybody has to play Liverpool twice. They all get a go, and to this point, none have found the answer. Is there a way to stop them? Decore. Saw! Hear that! The European champions are behind the Vicarage Road. Dini, decent ball, away from Van Dijk, away from Lovren, Ismail Assar! Watford 2 to the good! Belief suspended at Vicarage Road. In goes Sarr, Alisson is committed, Sarr can't get a shot away. Oh my word, but Dini does!
Yeah, we couldn't find a way through. It was difficult, and we should have done better. But yeah, that's the reality. We have to do better.
Invincible no more. Liverpool lose for the first time in 422 days, and that is your headline.
Lifted in towards Gareth Bale!
Nobody wants look back in 10 or 20 years and say, so we were the best time we had without winning anything was when Klopp was in. That's not really something you want to achieve. We have still time to do something special, and we know that. We have to underline the development, the progress we have to do. But time changed, so we cannot change that. So it's much more difficult than it was. We are maybe in the best moment for ages. But a few other clubs made the same steps, and so that makes it really difficult. If anybody thinks they could perform wonders, then it could become really difficult in the future, because I can't. I'm a pretty hard-working person, and so I'm pretty well paid, so I should work hard, actually. And that's what I do, and I try to find solutions for different problems or situations, and that's what I do, and that's how I understand the job. So we have to make, how always in life, we have to make the best of it. If you have a situation, make the best of it. If somebody want to judge me because of the last 3 years, and I know what people are saying, and it's the truth. I lost the last 6 finals, so that it's not something really enjoyable. But you can see it from 2 points. Yes, we lost them, but in the same time we reached them. So that's not cool. But in most sports, second place, if you go to Olympic Games, you come home with a silver medal. It's still something. In football, it's nothing. I know it's nothing for me as well. So I don't get up in the morning and say, oh, I'll reach another final or whatever. It's not like this. I want to win it, and I know that's a responsibility. The only thing I can do to put all I have, knowledge, passion, heart, whatever you want, experience, I throw in that club 100%. I don't keep anything back. I would say my biggest strength is common sense, to be honest. There are people they know much more in the specific parts, so bring them in. And I'm naturally confident, to be honest, because I know that I'm not perfect, so I don't think anybody else should think I'm perfect. So I have no problem to ask questions. I had never. I had problems sometimes to give answers, but never to ask questions. And so, yes, I brought a few fantastic people together, and that, but all for the benefit of the club and the project, because I said when I came in, I didn't want to change things immediately. I wanted to understand why English football teams, especially Liverpool, is doing the things the way they did it in the past. And so we changed it step by step, but we brought quality in for sure. And that's something I'm really proud of.
Salah! The hottest property in the Premier League right now, with a red-hot Liverpool finish.
What a tackle. Oh, critical save from Proper by Alisson.
Meanwhile, I would say the stuff at Melwood is absolutely world class, and we were not world class when I came in, so that's the truth as well. I'm a team player 100%. I preferred the game football instead of tennis because I wanted to have my friends around me. I want to be a member of a good team. But in the end, there's always one who needs to make the decisions, and that's very often me. And I have no problem with that, of course, but I want to have all information, or the best informations I can get before I make the decisions, and that's the situation we created. And now, how I said, now we have to use it.
Daniel Sturridge! Oh, sensational! A stellar hit from Daniel Sturridge! Oh, what a hit!
This is a fantastic moment to be a Liverpoolian, actually. It's a fantastic moment, because it's also positive in a not so positive world. So yeah, welcome. Yeah, you can be involved in any way you want, and I say it again, and let's really have the best time of our lives until we win something. And when we win something, then we will we'll put it the best time of our life on a different level, and this city will explode. I'm 100% sure in a very positive way. So because waiting that long for something special is quite special, but yeah, the basis was never better than in the moment.
It was like a shock that we had to go to lockdown, because it was like fully concentrated on all the things you have to do. You heard about things, you thought it's a thing from far away, and then it arrived here pretty quick. And 3 days after we played a football game, we had to go on lockdown. So that's the first thing. And then you realized and learned more and more and more about the virus, about the crisis and all that stuff, and about people who suffer and all these things. So that was for sure the first time was really, really intense in that, because nobody knew what will be there.
It's obviously been difficult at times, but I think that's the same for everyone, you know, and I think there's a lot of people where it's been a lot more difficult than it has been for me. So I've tried to use the time as best I can. So obviously spending time with the family, which I don't normally get, and just try to maximise this time and sort of puts things into perspective a little bit and refreshes you.
As a human, individually, obviously, there were times when you sat there thinking, surely they can't finish it here, and you know, this year of all years. But I mean, at that point, it was kind of there's a bigger issue in the world, I guess, and that was something that we kept trying to remind ourselves as well. Like, you know, we live for football, and that's our job, and we wanted to be able to, you know, do it for the club, for the fans, for ourselves, for the manager, and be able to finish off the job. But I think at that time there was more pressing matters in the world to sort of worry about and stress about.
We prepare the future. The whole world prepares the future by sorting the actual situation and already trying to use some things again. And that's exactly what we do. That's how a society starts again, how businesses start again. That in a moment when you can do it again, you have to do it again to keep the things working. And that's exactly what football is doing in the moment. Because in our case, we cannot say, today we are fine, tomorrow we can play. We need to train. We prepare for a physical job, a very physical job, and so we need time to do that. We are ready to go again. That's how it is. The boys look good. They are the same than before, all in a good shape, and now we make sure that we get in even better shape, and then we are ready to go again.
Going into it, there'll be a build-up of excitement and just wanting to play and have fun and enjoy it. Just enjoy football again, because for so long we've taken it, like, everything for granted. So just to be able to go out there again, put your boots on, put your kit on and play will be a good feeling.
Imagine all the people, how Lennon's lyric resonates now. The absence of it is a source, of course, of sore regret. If anything, though, that merely redoubles the demand, the appetite, the need to know that the 3 empty decades are at an end. Liverpool, Klopp, without his cop, must get this done. Alexander-Arnold, perfection. Fabinho. Or what? Salah. Oh, it's a lovely pass. Sadio Mane through on goal. Mane looks, shoots and scores. Liverpool 86 points, City's maximum 87. Should they fail to beat Chelsea, their reign is over. 11,015 days since last Liverpool clinched a title. They might, just might, have just one more day to wait.
Willian against Ederson. 2-1 to Chelsea, and Liverpool within touching distance of the title with that goal. A final whistle goes, and that final whistle will sound like a concerto to Liverpool supporters, because they are the champions.
It's a good sign for life. If you believe together, you can make it happen. And that's what happened here. The people gave us the chance to be who we are. And that's why we could win the league in a quite exceptional manner.
Our Premier League is huge for the city here, for the fans, for the people. We didn't win it for 30 years, so it's great to win it, and it's a long season, many games. It was in the top league in the world, so it's a great to win it.
You know, I'm very proud. I'm very happy. It's a dream come true with these kind of group of players, for the club, of course, to be able to deliver the title for the fans that have been waiting so long. It's just, you know, it's just incredible.
They're the feelings that, as a footballer, you can't get much better than, and we want to hold on to them. We don't want them to be a 1 or a 2 times off. You know, we want that to become, you know, the normal.
We're still hungry. We've been together only for 3 years, so if you had enough in 3 years of winning 1 Premier League and 1 Champions League, that means you have a big mistake.
He's an extremely important person. He's someone who made a lot of planning and big changes within the club. He's someone who knows how to deal with people. There are a lot of managers who have a lot of knowledge, but who don't really know how to deal with the athletes, with human beings. Because behind every athlete, there's also a human being.
to think back to where the club was when he took over and to now, and all of us players, what level we were at, to change the whole club, to change everyone from doubters to believers, everyone just thinking the same way, everyone believing in the same way, everyone having the same dreams, and he just embodies the whole club.
I don't think you need me to sit here and tell you what he's done. As soon as he walks in the door, he lights the room up. He's got a great energy about him, a great presence. And that rubs off on players, that rubs off on the fans, that rubs off on everybody in the club.
For the first time in the Premier League, in the never-to-be-forgotten year of 2020, the champions of England, again at last, are Liverpool.
I knew how important football is in the city. I knew we'll have a good relationship, so that was clear, because I'm exactly like that. Football means everything to me, and I don't know exactly what I all said in the first press conference, but it means a lot to me, but I know it means everything to the people out there, and they all invested so much love, patience, desire, tears, whatever, to get there, and now we are there, and now we would be really silly if we wouldn't cherish it.